Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you for joining me for this devotional today. I'm excited that you are here. We are in chapter 4 of 1 Timothy, and I'm going to read verse 6 today. Remember, Paul is giving Timothy some instruction, and he's just going to take it one step further today. He says, if you put these things before the brothers, in other words, if you practice everything I just said to you in the previous few verses about dealing with some of these doctrinal issues, you will be a good servant of Christ Jesus, being trained in the words of the faith and of the good doctrine that you have followed. Now, guys, I love this moment because it's a little pause in the letter where now an older guy compliments a younger guy on his leadership development. And Paul tells Timothy that he's like proud of him. He congratulates him on two things that he has done really well to this point. First, he has received his spiritual training. And then second, he's been living it out and practicing it extremely well. But then Paul hints at the ever important third and final step in his training. And you know what it is? Do you see it here? It's found in that first clause of this text. He says, if you put these things before the brothers, if you do it. Thus, Timothy is given his third charge by Paul here. His charge is now to step into this leadership opportunity in Ephesus, the one that lies before him. But it's conditional. It's based on his action. If he does it, he's got to choose now. Timothy has to. He's got to choose to step up, step out, and step into it. And I love this moment because Paul is right to push him a little to do this. It's not commanding, but it's conditional and it's a push. Fellas, note this. All of us need a period of time to receive spiritual training. We do. We need time to learn the basics of the truth. Second, we also need time for these lessons to synthesize, to adhere into consistent actions in our lives. Like we talked about for elders and deacons, we need some time to be proven. But at some point, we have to move from learner to leader. We have to. There comes a time when we need to lead and step into the challenge before each of us. Now, I don't have a specific time frame for you in which all this should happen, but as a general rule, I would say that at some point in the first 1 to 5 years of your spiritual walk, you need to have taken some leadership action, some steps into leadership. Because let's face it, many of us, even when we were young in our faith, were already leaders in some context. I mean, right now, each of us has some context in our lives where we have some leadership influence, where we can put our biblical and spiritual learnings into action and practice. But I think far too often, too many men put this off. They put it off for too long. So today, in the spirit of Paul, I want to tell you to step up, step out, and step into it, fellas. So here's your call to action. I want you to put before others. Did you catch that? Put before others some lesson that God has been revealing to you that you have applied in your life, and take it to your circle of influence. Could be a friend, could be a peer, could be a brother, could be a family member, like a spouse or a kid, and see if God doesn't take you one more step in your spiritual development from a learner to a leader. I love you guys. Pray this blesses you. If it has, share it with someone else. We'll see you right back here again.